That's a way to do it. Okay. Hi y'all, I'm Chase. This is my 2021 Harley-Davidson Pan America Special, affectionately known as Wichita, and today we're going to talk about all the mistakes I've made buying motorcycles. And until I got my sweet little Wichita here, I'd say they were all mistakes, and I'll give you the reasons for that. Let's see, first bike I ever bought. Well, that was a Sportster. First road bike. I should have known better. I got a Sportster with buckhorn bars, and it was an 07, a low. It was on sale. I think I paid $8,000 for it. And boy, it sucked. The seat sucked, the suspension sucked. The engine, well, my hands went numb constantly riding it. It wasn't a good bike. Now, would I buy it again? Probably. I mean, it was what I wanted. I thought I wanted a nice little Sportster. It was all black, you know. The quintessential starter Harley bike. At least that's what I was told it was. So, that was still a mistake though. I didn't know what I was getting into. So what did I get for my second bike? Well, of course, that Sportster didn't have enough oomph for me. Because after you get, I don't know, used to 55 horse on an 883, I don't know, 55 horse on a 550 pound bike, kind of starts to feel like weak sauce. But, being the adventurous young lad that I was, I decided I needed an Aprilia Shiver. Don't ask me why. I seen it, I thought, my God, look at that beautiful piece of Italian artistry and horsepower. And that bike scared the hell out of me. At the time, I didn't have a YouTube channel for any of this, but man, I would have... I did a lot of oh crap and a lot of giggling. Man, it was a fun bike though. But I got to learn the hard way about the reasons people don't... I don't know. I guess European bikes just have... they don't have a very solid rep when it comes to reliability. I also got to learn that if you need a part, one, you are going to wait. Pray that it is already in the United States and you can get it somewhere here. Because if it's not, like I snapped a blinker stalk off. I was moving it around in my garage, caught it on one of the riding lawnmowers, snapped the blinker right off because I thought I had enough room. I didn't. And yeah, the price for that was pretty horrific. First, and it wasn't just because of shipping, because I had to order it and have it shipped all the way from Italy, because they did not have it here in the States at all. I tried every site I could find. I looked it up, eBay, everywhere. No, nobody has it. So I had to get it shipped from Italy. Now, I think that blinker, and it was a bulb blinker, ran me $160. Now, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but when I got my Pan Am here, I did the same exact stupid thing. I was backing the bike up, and I thought maybe I was in gear, and I pulled in the clutch, and I yanked real hard while I was on it, and snapped the blinker stalk off on the clutch side, on the Pan Am. Now, I broke the tail section that holds the blinker stalk and all that, and the blinker stalk itself. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Do you know how much that ran me? For the whole tail section and the blinker stalk. $75. Half the price, and for a lot more. Oh, and the blinkers on this, they're LEDs. So, lesson the hard way. And I also got a little bit addicted to speed. So, I walk into a dealership one day, and the guy offers me a brand spanking new ZX6R. And I told him, well, I'd love to, but I mean, I can't really afford it. And he said, what do you got for trade? And I said, well, I have an 883 Sportster, and I have an 07 Shiver. He said he'd do the deal for straight up trade. And man, I went for that because I am dumb. The Shiver was probably worth about as much as the ZX6R by itself, honestly. So that was probably a stupid trade. But it really was a mistake also because, I was starting to have issues with it. Like I didn't want to start half the time, and battery issues and electrical issues. So I was kind of glad to get rid of it, and it wasn't going to be my problem anymore. So, the ZX6R. Well, on the ZX6R, it was great. It did not have as good a suspension or comfortable suspension as, say, my Shiver did. But, man, it was fast. I really enjoyed the bike. So after I got it, going up my gravel road, scrunched up with your arms tucked in on those little tiny, on the clip-ons. Oh boy, that. Have you ever tried going down a flight of stairs face first? Like on those big hills up my road? Yeah, absolutely, utterly terrifying. So, I ended up selling it to my brother. I think it was for like, I don't know, $4,000. At that point in time, I was getting out of motorcycling because I had my wreck on my Sportster. I'd messed my neck up, messed my back up. I mean, real bad. So I said, screw it, I'm just going to get out. I didn't think I'd ever ride again. At the time, I was also a fat bastard. But I decided I needed to lose some weight. So that's what I did. And I started feeling better without all the extra weight dragging me down. And, damn it, I wanted another bike. Well, just so happened my brother had a Sportster. A 1200 Sportster. And I told him he wanted to sell it. And I told him, I said, man, I got $2,000. And he goes, you know what? You gave me the ZX6R for $4,000, and it was worth way more than that. I'll give you the Sportster for $2,000. So that's what I gave him. I gave him $2,000. I went out and rode the crap out of that bike. I put a ton of miles on that bike, more miles than I put on anything else. Man, I loved it. It was like that first time back. It was great. But man, I wanted to go on trips. And the seat sucked, and the suspension sucked. And a Sportster is not a touring bike in any way, shape, or form. I don't care how much anything you put on it, it's not a touring bike. So, I decided I was going to trade it in. I ended up with a Dyna Fat Bob. I figured, you know, those big fat tires, a Dyna suspension, this is going to be way better. And I was right, it was way better. And man, I loved that Fat Bob. The Fat Bob is, one of my favorites. Everybody else hates it. They hate it. But it handles so well. That's what people don't realize. And the seat sat up higher. So I'm a taller gentleman. So for me, it was about perfect. And man, I put 10,000 miles on it in a few months. I loved riding it. But again, I wanted to do more touring, and that bike, even with a windshield or a fairing that I put on it, it wasn't enough. It just wasn't. I wanted cruise control. I wasn't sure if I wanted a stereo or not. And again, the suspension sucks. Now, of course, I'm comparing all the suspensions to my Pan Am here. And yeah, so it's every bike I'm talking about is going to have a rough time. So, one day I'm out and I see a Road King. And something just drew me to it. I love Road Kings. I like the classic styling. Seriously, just a beautiful bike. And I got an itch. So I took one for a test ride, and that was it. How much wind they block, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Especially being that there's no fairing, it's just a windshield. And I loved it. It's a great bike. And honestly, I would still be on it if I didn't live on that gravel road. I probably would have never... I don't think I would have ever even considered an adventure bike. And honestly, that's a sad thing to me, considering how much I love this bike. But over at Valley Harley-Davidson in Triadelphia, West Virginia, I have to thank them because they had a Banana America, a Minion America, whatever you want to call it, the Banana Ram America. And the salesman there just tosses me the key, says, "Here, go take one for a spin." And I did. And, well, that was it. That was it for me right there. After that, every chance I got, I was online looking and looking and looking. And then a deal came up on Wichita here, and I hopped on it. I hopped on it fast. And I'll be damned, but, you know, it's... I don't know what it was about the bike. I had test-ridden a Africa Twin before this, and it kind of tickled that fancy, but something, it was different about the Pan Am. Honestly, I think it was just the combination of the suspension and the absolute just raw, nasty, evil horsepower and torque that this thing has. It is a vicious, vicious witch. I was just stuck on it. And it's been that way since. And the maintenance is fairly easy. And there's no valve check intervals, no valve check services. I mean, pretty much just change the damn oil in it. You know, your tires are good, your chain's tightened and cleaned. And honestly, it's a great bike. Now, I have had some problems with it, but I don't think this is the wrong bike. This is the right bike. I can't say that... The other bikes, when I was riding them, every single one of them, they all kind of felt a little wrong. But this one, like you see right there, it doesn't. And that was in 6th gear, so if you need to speed up, I mean, unless you're trying to play outrun with a Bugatti Veyron or a Ferrari, I don't know. I don't think you're going to have a problem. But yeah, I guess that's it. I just thought, you know, and I've said before, if I blew the engine up on this, or it was totaled out, or caught fire, or stolen, what am I going to go out and buy? Another Pan Am. Without a second thought. It's that simple for me. I've never ridden a better bike. But you know what? I think most guys, once they find something they really like, that's the way they are. I mean, there are guys on, you know, BMW 1300 GS's or Multistradas, that new Desert X. Honda Africa Twins. Guys that get on Honda Africa Twins, they love them. And honestly, I almost ended up being one of those guys. So, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know. Have you had another bike that was besides your Pan Am, or your adventure bike in general, that you knew you still love them because they were part of your journey, but you kind of knew they were the wrong bike? I mean, maybe even when you bought it, you kind of felt it was like the wrong bike, but you did anyways, because, I don't know, something about it just drew you to it. And are you still on that journey? Also, like and subscribe, click that ding link to be notified of any new videos I'm coming out with. Thank you for watching, lads and lasses. Bye, y'all.